Hey there, y'all. Welcome. Ooh. Hey there, y'all. Welcome. Today, I'm going to teach you all a concept I call eating in the green zone. So, if you're on mobile and you can't see this thing behind me very well, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through it. But basically, what it has across the bottom is sort of your amount of hunger from low to high. And then on the vertical axis, show you I was paying attention in math class. We have from low to high nutrition. And this would be the nutritional value of the food that we are eating. Is it mostly recreational food that we're eating for fun? Or is it food that will help and nourish our body? And what I want to encourage you all to do is stay out of these two corners, right? We don't want to wait until we're starving, and we don't want to be really weird and like only eat one raw leaf of kale a day, right? We're not going for only perfect foods, and we're not waiting until we're starving. This is sort of that zone of perfectionism. And this is not my area of expertise, but I think this is how we start to get into some disordered eating, anorexia, that kind of thing. So we're not waiting until we're starving, and we're not only eating good food. But the flip side of that is also true. And most of us that are eating the standard American diet are living down in this corner. So I'll give you an example of how I used to eat maybe like a typical day back when I worked a corporate career before I got into this whole new way of living. So let's say I get up in the morning, I'm like 0% hungry, but I'm on the way to work, and I usually have something to eat on the way to work. So maybe I drive through Starbucks and I get a big venti sugary something or other. Um, and then with that, I get, let's say, like a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. Now, there's some redeeming ingredients in that, but for the most part, right, it's pretty much junk food. And I'm not eating because I'm hungry. I'm eating because it's morning, and that's what society says we're supposed to do, right? So let's say I eat that. Maybe it's about 7:38 as I'm driving in, and then I get to work and there's a 10 o'clock meeting and they have donuts. So of course, right, we're not going to miss an opportunity for donuts, even though I'm like 0% hungry. And donuts are not known for their, body nourishment. This is purely for entertainment. There's donuts, so I eat them. And then let's say now it's 11:30 and my coworkers are talking about where they want to go to lunch, and it's somebody's birthday, so we're all going to go out as a team and we're going to go to a restaurant. And I probably didn't even look to see what the options were on the menu. I just chose strictly based off of what sounded good, right? Like what might be delicious. And let's say it was some big heavy pasta dish with a lot of sauce and maybe some chicken. So, chicken, not a terrible choice, but you mix it with the plain white pasta, you mix it with the really heavy sauce. Not the greatest thing to be eating, probably mostly down here in this quadrant again. So then let's say it's mid-afternoon, not really hungry, but I'm doing something boring and I kind of need a break. I might go to the vending machine and get some M&Ms or a Snickers bar. Again, other than like the peanuts and the Snickers bar, it doesn't have a lot of redeeming nutritional value. And I was like 0% hungry. I just had that enormous lunch. If anything, I'm feeling a little sluggish for the lunch from the lunch. So maybe I get a Coke, right? Little caffeine and sugar pick me up. And then let's say I end up having to work late. So now it's 7:30. I'm driving back home again. I'm exhausted. I'm way too tired to cook. So I go through the drive-through, maybe McDonald's, and I get a bacon cheeseburger, or maybe I get the two, don't they have like some kind of two cheeseburger special? Maybe I get that and I get fries and I get another Coke, right? Because I have to stay awake to drive home and I'm exhausted. And then maybe I get like a fruit pie for dessert or like a shake, or maybe I get both because I was good today and I worked really hard and I deserve a treat. Treat yourself, right? So I spent this whole day not eating because of any like biological need. And the food that I was eating was not serving any biological function other than just like straight calories. So, right, it's just entertainment food. And again, I'm not 100% against it, right? Like everything in moderation, even moderation sometimes. But if you're just eating like basically garbage all day for entertainment value, your body is having to cope with that. And that's almost abuse of your physical body, right? And this is why, as we do this for a decade, 2 decades, we start to feel really crappy. And I just kind of thought, oh, this must be how your 40s feel. No, it was sort of this like low grade poisoning from all the cruddy food that I'd been eating. And then eating for all of these non physical needs ways, right? Eating to make myself feel better, eating for entertainment, eating because of the time on the clock, eating because other people are eating, and not really giving any thought to what I was eating. So, this is where most of us, if we're being honest, most of us live, and it's not good for your body. It's also not good for your mind and your emotions. Like that can cause some brain chemistry and mental reactions in addition to like not looking good and feeling good physically. It can mess with your mind and emotions as well. So if we don't want to be like starving and eating one raw leaf of kale, and we don't want to be eating donuts because donuts exist, although that's a good reason some days, I get it. Where do we want to stay? What do we want to eat? Well, we want to stay kind of in the middle and maybe up towards this way a little bit in that green zone. So I want to be eating because I'm starting to feel a little physical hunger, right? We don't wait until we're ravenous and ill, but like something physically is happening. I'm getting a physical sign that maybe I could use a little fuel in my physical body, right? We're fueling our physical body because our physical body is asking for it. On this nutrition scale, we're eating things that are fairly good for us, right? Like not like a crazy person, but we're eating fruits, vegetables, a bit of meat, probably not as much meat as we're used to, but if you eat meat, a bit of meat. If you don't eat meat, then protein from some other source, some, I don't know, pea protein in a smoothie, something like that. But we're getting fat and fiber and protein and nutrients from our food, right? We're eating food and not food products, not things that used to be food before a factory, but things that were food very, very recently in their existence, minimally processed food instead of food products. So hopefully this is helpful to you. And I want to think about that because the way most of us eat is we bounce between these red boxes, right? We eat for fun or just because of the time o'clock or just because other people are eating. We eat for all of these non-physical nourishment reasons. And we eat all these like products that feel good and that never satiate us, but that don't really have any value to our physical body. It's like borderline body abuse. And we're eating for non-fuel reasons. And then we decide, oh, I've been bad. Now I have to be good. And we bounce up into this quadrant and we starve ourselves and we eat only like super good foods. And then that's not sustainable, right? So we bounce back down. I'll just go back to the way I was eating. I just go back to my own habits, right? And no, I want you to like stop with this, and try to live in the middle, right? And also that this is an average score. So there might be perfect example. So last Friday night, I went out to dinner with a friend. We skipped the appetizers. Good choice. We had a pretty reasonable portion size and, moderately healthy food. It was not like, just vegetables, but we had, I had 3 tacos, which 3 was a little much, but I didn't realize that until afterwards. Now I know for next time. But 3 tacos, right? And I had a steak, a shrimp taco, and a veggie taco. So, moderately good choices there. And then afterwards, we went out and we had dessert, and I had half a piece of tiramisu. Now, that dessert was like, I was not physically hungry. And that dessert basically had no nutritional value. It was a little bit of fun. It's okay to visit here every now and again, right? We don't want to be in perfectionist corner. And we want to mostly stay out of this, but we can visit every now and again, right? So dinner was kind of in this happy zone. We had a dessert, but there again, I made a good choice. I only ate half of it, brought the other half home. Darren was delighted to get it. He ate it the next night and thought he'd like won the lottery, right? So it's not about perfectionism, but also we don't want to be constantly fueling ourselves with dirty fuel. We want to try to make fairly healthy choices and eat when we are feeling some physical cues to eat. And that's really all it takes to lose weight. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to do a little better. You can still have some bad food every now and again, but you want to visit this corner like once a week, once a month. You don't want to live here because this doesn't feel good in the long run. And you're not going to be happy with what it does to you physically, mentally, emotionally. So that's my tip for the day. When you're eating, try to stay in the green zone. And for most of us that have been living here, moving to here is going to be such a huge change that we will see weight loss and we will start to feel physically better. So I hope that's interesting and helpful to you. Check out some additional videos on my channel to learn more about this approach to weight loss that I teach. And if you would like to visit with me one-on-one, if you're local to Stuart, I'm going to be doing a free weight loss workshop, free weight loss workshop, November 20th, which is a Saturday from noon to 2 at Bloom. And to find that event so you can get registered for it, you can go to my Facebook business page under events. And from there, you can link over, I believe there's a link over to the Bloom site. If not, you can just Google Bloom Mind, Body, Spirit Stuart, and you should be able to find it that way. But make sure you register so we know how many people are planning to attend. If you're not local to the Treasure Coast and you want to work with me for free, one-on-one, I'm happy to do that. I do free initial consultations. We can talk a little bit about what you have going on, where you would like to be with your weight goals, and just see if my program is a fit for you. If it is, and if you're interested, I can also get you cost information on how to get started and do that. But if nothing else, I would love to visit with you. So don't be scared. It's just like this, only you get to talk too. So to do that, you can email me, lisa@lisaduke.net, or you can just book a time on my online schedule, lisaduke.net/schedule. So I look forward to working with you. I hope this is a good guideline for you, and I will see you later. Bye.